We've been taught a lot of lies around money, and some of y'all have probably heard some of these lies. One of the lies we've heard is that what? What is that? Time is money. Okay, that's a lie. That's a, and not only is it a lie, it's a very damaging lie. It's a very tragic lie. It's a lie that creates poverty and devastation. Time is money. Time is money.
Yeah. Here we go. You see, I got where I am because someone reached out a hand. Help me to stand, be an independent man.
Because I'm standing on the shoulders of a giant.
The shoulders of a giant, y'all.
I'm thankful.
Morning. Hey, YouTube. Myron Golden here, and today I'm going to be talking about how to get rich part 2. And some people have asked in the comments from the last video, like, why do you talk about, or they don't even say why to you, because when people like have disgust, they don't refer to you as you, they refer to you as this guy, the false prophet, the whatever, the Antichrist, whatever they want to call you. So I'm going to tell you why I talk about money so much, because it's something that affects every single solitary day of our lives. It's the thing that most people spend most of their time doing, figuring out how to get money. And I think the problem that people have with me talking about getting rich is the fact that they've not even defined for themselves what rich is, because compared to most of the people in the world, see, I talk about getting rich because I use the term rich. And the reason I use the term rich is because the Bible uses the term rich, and so I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with the term rich. I don't have a problem with the term wealthy. I don't have a problem with the term abundant. I don't have a problem with the term prosperity or prosperous. I don't have a problem with any of those. They're all in the Bible. And if you got a problem with him, like, take it up with God, right? Don't take it up with me. But the reason I talk about these things is because they are important. People say, well, but Jesus was poor. Okay, I understand that you think Jesus was poor, but just because you think that doesn't mean it was true. The fact, I asked somebody that question in the comments, and I said, if Jesus was poor, why do you need a treasurer? And they said he needed a treasurer to distribute money to the poor. Where'd they get the money to distribute to the poor? Like, let's think all the way through our stuff. The reason I talk to people about money is because it's one of the most important things in their lives. It's one of the most important things in our lives. It's one of the most important things in life. And if you don't have any, you feel like you can't breathe. So it's right up there with oxygen, right? It's not as important as oxygen, but it feels like it is sometimes, right? And so I talk about getting rich because getting rich is what people know they are looking for. And this, I believe if Jesus were here today, I can't prove this, but I can believe it. I believe if Jesus were here today, that he would talk to people about things that mattered to them. Why? Because that's what he did in the Bible. If people were hungry, he fed them, right? If they were thirsty, he gave them something to drink, right? If they were sick, he healed them. Jesus always ministered to the needs that people knew they had before he ministered to the need that he knew they had. And so that's where some of you are stuck. You've been so steeped into religion from your churches, and you get all your doctrine from the pastor. You don't study the Bible for yourself. Now, you may disagree with some conclusion I've come to, but if you're going to disagree, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. If you're going to disagree with something I teach from the Bible, like, study the Bible for yourself. Don't get all your doctrine from the pastor, because there are a lot of pastors who don't study. And I'm telling you, if I'm teaching something, you can take it to the bank. I've studied it. So anyway, so that's why I talk about money, because it's important, right? And it doesn't bother me. And the reason I'm being so intense about it is because I don't want the few people who have a problem with the stuff I share to negatively affect or impact the people who came for exactly what I'm teaching. Right? There is a reason. And I am not fishing for video views and likes and comments, but the reality is there's a reason there's a reason we're getting 1.4 million views a month on this channel. And it's not because I'm whatever. I'm not even theatrical. I'm a little theatrical, so I guess I am. So anyway, so that's why I teach about money, and I'm going to keep teaching about money. I'm going to keep teaching about the Bible, and I don't think those subjects are diametrically opposed. In fact, the Bible talks a lot about money, and it talks a lot about business. And if you haven't seen it, maybe it's because you've been reading the Bible through your religious lenses, and you put your religious lenses on, and all you see when you read the Bible is religion. But the reality is, the Bible is not a book about religion. And I know I'm really going to get some flack over that one. It contains religion, but it's not about religion. More on that from another video. Okay, so there. Now I got that out of my system. I can teach you how to get rich, part 2. So the last video that we did on how to get rich talked about how you want to create a product and have a product-based business versus a service-based business. And if you make $20 profit, you sell it. I'm not going to redo the whole video. Just go watch it. It's called How to Get Rich. Okay. So today we're going to talk about how to create stability through riches. What does that mean? How to create stability in your finances through riches. Because last week we talked, on the last video that I did, we talked about how to create like $1 million in cash flows. I call it the cash flow millionaire formula. On this training right now, the video that I'm going to do right now, I call it the virtual millionaire formula. It's how to live like a millionaire on your way to becoming one. Now, I don't know if that sounds appealing to you, but I would like to be able to live like a millionaire on my way to becoming one. And when I say live like a millionaire, I'm not talking about buying a Lamborghini and living in a mansion. I'm just talking about having more money than it takes for you to exist, more money than it takes for you to survive. Most people think they're living and they're just existing. But life is supposed to be lived, and it's supposed to be lived to the fullest, whether you, I am come that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly. Life is supposed to be lived to the fullest in every aspect of our lives, unless we have a particular assignment from God for something other than that, right? So today I'm going to teach you what I call the virtual millionaire formula. The formula on the last video was the cash flow millionaire formula. The formula on this video is going to be called the virtual millionaire formula. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a question for starters. We've been taught a lot of lies around money, and some of y'all have probably heard some of these lies. One of the lies we've heard that what? What is that? Time is money. Okay, that's a lie. That's and not only is it a lie, it's a very damaging lie. It's a very tragic lie. It's a lie that creates poverty and devastation. Time is money. Time is money. So if I hear somebody say time is money, either they're confused and just don't understand that can't be true, or they know it's not true and they're deceiving people, or they are just saying something they heard somebody say and they've never really thought about it. So time is not money. Time is not money. This is a lie. Okay. So what's the truth? The truth is this. That was terrible. Okay. Time is greater than money. Time is more valuable than money. It's better than money. It's greater than money. Why? Because if you run out of money, you can always get more. But if you run out of time, it's game over, right? And so I think all of us would agree, like if I were to say, okay, I'll write you, anybody here in this audience today, I will happily write you let's just say a $500,000 check today. In fact, I'll write you $1 million check today. Who wants it? All hands are up. Okay, all hands are up. Okay, cool. But what if I made the stipulation, if I write you $1 million check today, you have to end your life today. Now who wants it? Nobody wants it. Why? Because you already intuitively know that time is greater than money. See, so we see that that's a lie. However, let's reverse let's flip the script. What if you found out today that you had a terminal illness and you had $1 million just kind of laying there? It's in your retirement account, or maybe it's in your retirement account, or maybe it's in your safe at your house, or you have $1 million worth of cryptocurrency or whatever. And let's say you find out you have a terminal disease. Insurance doesn't cover the remedy for it. The remedy is $1 million, and it's worked 100% of the time for everybody who's ever used it. How many of you would spend your $1 million on that remedy? Right. Why? Because to you, the time is more valuable than the money. Right? So we already know that time is not money, but we say time is money. Now, you say, Myron, why do you say that's a damaging lie? Here's why I say it's a damaging lie. Because if I go through life on a conscious level saying time is money, I'll act as if time is money, and what I'll do is I'll sell a whole bunch of my time for a little bit of somebody else's money because I value them both equally. Or most people actually value money more than they value time in their everyday life, how they live, even though they consciously or subconsciously realize that the time is greater than the money. And so if I believe that time is money, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to waste a whole bunch of time trying to save a little bit of money. I don't do that, right? And the reason I don't do that is because like I only have a limited amount of time on this earth. It is appointed unto man once to die, and after this the judgment. So I know that I'm going to die. Like that's gonna happen unless Christ returns before I die. So I'm just like I'm going to live my life to the fullest, and I know that I'm probably going to die. Now, so if I believe that the lie that time is money, what I'm going to do is I'm going to waste a whole lot of time trying to save a little bit of money, right? And I don't believe in wasting time to save money. That's why, and I know this, I don't want this to sound condescending or snooty, because I'm not snooty. I'm just a regular dude. I'm not condescending, I'm not snooty, but this is like my belief. Like right now, our cleaning lady is at our house cleaning. My wife knows how to clean. My wife likes to clean. My wife didn't even want a cleaning lady, but that's okay. I wanted a cleaning lady because I wanted to be able to spend more time with my wife instead of her cleaning the house when I'm at home. So it just made sense to me, right? So that's why I pay a company to cut my grass. Why? Why? Because I'd rather pay them. They can cut the grass better and more efficiently, and it doesn't waste my time. I value my time more than I value money. That's why right now there's a car wash company that comes to my office every Wednesday. They're out there washing my car right now. Why? Because I value my time. I'm not going to wash my car. I'm not going to cut my grass. I'm not going to fix my toilet. Why? Because I would rather pay somebody the money. Now, here's what I'm going to say. I believe a lot of people who say that they don't really care that much about money, because like if you'll lie about that, you'll lie about other stuff. Y'all heard me say that before, right? So a lot of people say they don't care that much about money. They will do something themselves so they don't have to pay somebody else to do it. I would rather pay somebody else to do it so I don't have to do it. It just makes more sense, right? So the other problem with the whole believing time is money, is the time is money lie, is if I believe that time is money, what I'll do, not only will I waste a whole bunch of time trying to save a little bit of money, I'll sell a whole bunch of my time for a little bit of somebody else's money, right? And so that's always like a bad idea. So instead of doing that, maybe I should do what the scripture teaches. I don't know. Does the scripture say anything about time and money maybe? Oh, I think it does. Ephesians chapter 5, verse number 20. I think it says something like, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Oh, there it is. Redeeming the time. And go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Here's what the word redeem means. Redeem means to buy back, to rescue from loss, and to improve opportunity. So the scripture tells me clearly to buy back my time, rescue it from loss, and improve my opportunity. Why? Because the days are evil. That word evil is not evil like the devil is evil. Do word studies. If you want to know what the Bible is saying and not just what it says, look up the words. Because if you don't know what the words mean, you can't know what the word means. Right? Okay. So the word evil is difficult in nature. So what the scripture is telling us to do is to buy back our time, rescue it from loss, and improve opportunity, because life is hard. So if I'm selling my time, not only am I not doing what the Bible says, I'm doing the exact opposite and wondering why I can't get ahead. Are y'all tracking? Okay, so here's what we got to do. We got to stop believing the lie that time is money. We got to believe the truth that time is greater than money. But here's what we really got to get to. We got to understand that time is not just greater than money, but time is infinitely greater than money. Because when you run out of time, you don't get more. You don't get more time. When you run out of money, you get more money. Okay. Now, I went through all of that as a preface to what I'm going to say next. And what I'm going to say next is this: the millionaire, at the rate you're saving money right now. Because here's another lie we've been told: one of the most important things you can do with money is save it. I submit to you that saving money is always a bad idea. Now, saving money on things like finding a good deal is better. Like not wasting money is also a bad idea. But when I say saving money, I'm like talking about like saving money in a bank is always a bad idea. Why is saving money a bad idea? Because the bank is a financial institution, and they understand the rules, and they understand that you don't understand the rules. And so here's rule number one: the bank is always going to give you a lower interest rate than the rate of inflation, which means you are saving something that is becoming worth less over time. So you shouldn't save money, you should invest money. Investing money means you're multiplying it. And I know some people probably have some problem with that too, but God is a God of multiplication, and his principles are multiply principles, right? So principles of multiplication. So at the rate you're saving money right now, we're going to do some math here. We're going to do some math. I want you on YouTube to do some math. I want you all here in the room with me today to do some math. You ready? Okay. Get your pen and paper, your calculator on your phone out, and I want to ask you a question. At the rate you're saving money right now, how long is it going to take you to save $1 million? Now, you say, why do you pick $1 million? Because it's got a lot of zeros in it. It's got a 1, which is like a pretty low number. We can all count to 1, and it's a simple number. Now, like some people want to retire. Like anybody here want to retire? Okay, some people want to retire. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to retire. So, how much is it going to take for you to retire? Well, if you you say, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. So at the rate you're saving money right now, how long is it going to take you to save $1 million? So let's say you are saving or investing. I'm just going to call it saving because that's what most people do. Right before this video, you were saving. Okay, most people are saving. So let's say you're saving $100 a month. How long is it going to take you to save $1 million? It's going to take you 833 years. Now, I'm not sure how old you're going to be in 833 years, but I'm going to be 864. No, I'm going to be 894. I'm going to be 890. I'm going to be almost 900. I'm going to be almost as old as Methuselah by the time I save up $1 million at $100 a month. So for me, now for you, this may be the plan, but for me, this is not the plan. Okay? So maybe I should do better than that. Maybe I should save $1,000 a month. Okay, if I can save $1,000 a month, then it'll only take me 83.3 years. Well, I don't know how old you're going to be in 83.3 years, but I'm going to be 144.3. And yes, it'll still be $1 million, but I'm going to be so tired I won't have any energy to enjoy it, right? At 144.3, right? So saving money is not the plan. Because most people, well, we agree that most people in the United States of America are not saving $1,000 a month, right? So if you want to do it like in a time frame that's going to be more reasonable, maybe you should save $10,000 a month. Well, here's the problem with that. Most people can't do that, even if they'd like to. But then it's only going to take you 8.33 years. Well, that's better, but it's going to say you're going to save up $1 million. Now, if you save up $1 million, are you a millionaire? Well, yeah. But if you spend $1, after you get to that million, you spend $1, you're still a millionaire? No, you're a 999,999 in there, and it takes way too long to say. I don't even think anybody will finish listening to you by the time you get to the end of that number, right? Are you a millionaire? No, I'm a 999,999 in there. Like, what? Right? What is that? Okay, so if you did by chance, by some, let's say you didn't save $1 million. Let's say some strange turn of events, you had a long lost uncle. A lot of people, I had a long lost uncle, for real. Like my dad's oldest brother, like we never found him, but we found his kids like at my dad's 84th birthday, right? My nephew found him through one of those genealogy websites, and then we started connecting with our cousins that we never knew, right? So it's crazy. First and second cousins we never knew. So anyway, so maybe you have a long lost uncle. He found out about you, and he didn't have any kids, and he left you $1 million. That's pretty cool. We already know that if you want to stay a millionaire, you can't spend the money. So what are you going to do? You're going to live off the interest, right? So let's say you could get 6% interest on your $1 million. How much money is that going to give you per year? $60,000 a year. Now, it's not just giving you $60,000 a year, though. Here's what it's giving you. It's giving you $60,000 a year, and it's giving you your life back. Because now you don't have to trade your time for $60,000 a year from a boss. Are y'all tracking? So now you got $60,000, and you got all your time back. Oh, snap. Let's go, right? So if I take that $60,000 and I divide it by 12 months, that's going to equal $5,000 a month, right? So if I were to save up $1 million and I were able to get 6%, it would give me a lifestyle of $5,000 a month passive cash flow. So now I have both the time and the money to enjoy it. And now I can spend my time with the people that I care the most about instead of the people I care the least about and the people who care the least about me. Can I get a witness? Where are my people, right? So $1 million, like to me, if you just got $1 million, like going and buying your dream car is probably not the best idea unless you're going to buy your dream car on time and you're going to let this 6% pay off the note of that dream car, right? Are y'all tracking? So you say, Myron, why did you go jump through all those hoops? Because I love elementary school math. In fact, I love elementary school, just about everything. In fact, I did well almost the whole way through elementary school. I did great all the way through to third grade. And the fourth, fifth, and sixth, not so much. Okay, but I made it halfway through with A's and B's, and the rest of it, yeah. Okay, so So why did I go through this? Because I learned I learned a math principle in elementary school that's mind-blowing. Are y'all ready? Here it is. When two things are equal to the same thing, they're also equal to each other. Oh man, I got a good feeling when I said that. Did y'all feel that? Did y'all feel that? Two things that are equal to the same thing are also equal to each other. They have to be, right? Two things that are equal to the same thing are also equal to each other. This is so good. You say, why is that so good? Because if having $1 million invested at 6% produces for me $5,000 a month passive cash flow, that means anything that I create that produces for me $5,000 a month passive cash flow is equal to having $1 million invested at 6%. Oh, snap. I just changed my own life again. I hope somebody else comes along with me for that ride. Okay, so now, instead of me working first, and I call this the virtual millionaire formula for a reason, because you get to live like a millionaire on your way to becoming one. And this was the first millionaire formula that I cracked many, many years ago. I got myself to $5,000 a month passive cash flow. And I've got good news for everybody in this room today. I've got good news for everybody watching on YouTube today. I've got, in fact, not even good news, great news. And that is $5,000 a month passive cash flow is pretty simple to get to. Now, it's not necessarily easy. For some people, it'll be easy. For some people, it'll be hard, depending on where you are on the scale of influence. It's but $5,000 a month passive cash flow, if you're not there yet, I would recommend on your millionaire journey, I would recommend that you start with the virtual millionaire formula. That would be my recommendation. Like if you haven't done anything yet, okay? So now the question becomes, how do I get to $5,000 a month passive cash flow? Right? That's a good question. Okay, so here's the answer. You want to create what's known as a continuity program. What is a continuity program? What does that even mean? So a continuity program is something that you buy once, but pay for monthly. For instance, your cell phone minutes, like your cell phone data plan and your cell phone unlimited plan, it's really limited. It's only unlimited until you go past the limit they want you to go past, and then they dial you back. That cell phone plan, okay, that is a continuity program. Netflix is a continuity program. Amazon Prime Videos, continuity program. Apple Music is a continuity program. Are y'all tracking? Membership sites, though, like Netflix is a membership site. But so then the question becomes, what kind of continuity program can we create? Because I'm not going to start Netflix. I got here too late for that, right? Netflix has already started. I don't own a cell phone company, so it won't be that one either. I can't sell people electricity, so that's not a continuity program for me. See, what's really interesting, I just thought of this. I never even said this before. Never thought of it before, just now. One of the reasons people struggle is because they pay out money on continuity payments every month, but they don't get paid on continuity payments every month. You have bills on autopilot, but you don't have money on autopilot. Now, to me, it just makes sense. If you have bills on autopilot, might as well put some cash flow on autopilot, right? It's kind of like people spend money all day, every day, get paid once a week, and they wonder why they can't get ahead. Well, because you're getting paid like 1/5 as much or 1/7 as much as, or 1/30 as much, because if you get bills come once a month, 1/30 as much, 4/30, 20, whatever that is, okay, as much as you're making money. You know what I do? I like to get paid every day. Just get paid all day, every day. You wake up, you're richer than you were when you went to bed. And some people aren't like the fact that I said I wake up and I'm richer than I was before I went to bed. But I'm just telling you how it works. Like, I'm telling you what my experience of life is. And I'm telling you that not so you can think I'm awesome, but so you can know if that's my experience of life, that can be your experience of life. Some people say, I don't care. All I want to do is just help the poor and spread the gospel. Okay, well, if you had more time, you could spread more gospel and help more poor people. If you had more money. I'm just saying. So let's wrap our minds around the concept. And so now the question becomes how? Like, what can I do to create a continuity program? Well, you could start with I started with a membership site, a membership website where people pay you a monthly fee every month for access to your content. That's called a membership site. Okay? So let's say you have a membership site and it's $100 a month to have access. For instance, I've had membership sites. I paid for membership sites. I remember the most expensive membership site I ever paid for was $800 a month. This was back in like 2003, 2004. It's $800 a month for this internet marketing training membership site called StomperNet, and it was $800 a month. And so they were just $800 every month on my credit card, $800 a month, right? Okay. So $100 a month to me seems reasonable. So if you're $100 a month, all you need is 50 members, and you are a virtual millionaire. How awesome is that? 50 members. 50. I've got a friend. He's got a membership site. He charges $80 a month. He's got 7,000 members. How much is that? A lot. It's $560,000 a month. $560,000 a month. Right, exactly. That is a wow, right? And it's even a backwards wow, like wow. Right? It's upside down. Mom wow, right? This is real, y'all. This is how people create wealth passively. So, or a membership site's not the only one. That's just one. That's one of the three that I'm going to talk about. Okay? You could also do what's known as a newsletter. What's a newsletter? A newsletter is a letter that you pay for every month. You might pay $30 a month. You might pay $50 a month. You might pay $100 a month. You might pay $100 a year. Like you can have an annual newsletter. You can have a monthly newsletter. You can have a weekly newsletter. And so when you have a newsletter, that newsletter is something that you pay for. So number one is a membership site. Number two is a newsletter. Let's just say your newsletter is $25 a month for your newsletter, right? $25 a month for your newsletter. All you need is 200 members. Congratulations, you're a virtual millionaire. Is this exciting, or am I imagining that this is exciting? Okay, like this is game changer for this. By the way, this is not theory. This is not theory. This is what I do. I do this. Okay, so I don't have a newsletter, but I do have a membership site. Okay, so let's go to the next one. What's the next one? This is my favorite continuity program. It's called. This is number 3. It's called Be the Bank. What does that mean? That means you sell stuff to people on payment plans. Oh, hallelujah. I just got to chill. Okay? Say, what do you mean? Be the bank. The bank loans money to people all the time, and then you make payments. That's what you do with your cars. That's what you do with your house. Well, if it works for the bank, why don't you do it? Right? So wrap your mind around this. So let's say, I'm going to give you an example of somebody that I know that has a program that's somewhat similar to this. So let's say you have a program that you sell, a coaching program that you sell for $55,000. Let's say, okay, that somebody does that, okay? And let's say they make people pay they put down $28,500 up front, and then they pay $510 a week to pay off the balance of the $55,000. They pay $510 a week for a year. Well, you get enough people doing this, then you get 200 people doing this. Well, not 200. Let's say you get 20 people. 20 people doing this, it's $100,000 a month. 40 people doing this, it's $200,000 a month. It's $220,000. Like if you do this times 40, it's $220,000 a month before you get out of bed. How many of you realize that if you have a fat hog, you quit smoking, and you have a big garden, you can live off of $220,000 a month, right? That was supposed to be a joke, but I guess y'all didn't get it. Okay, I don't even eat pork, and I don't smoke. I also don't garden, but that's $220,000 a month. This is something anybody can do. So another one, I'm going to give you one more. because this is what I'm just getting started in, haven't even launched yet, okay? It's called, this is number 4, and this is the last one I'm gonna talk about. SaaS, software as a service. What is that? That's a software program that people pay you monthly for, okay? So there are many software programs that I pay monthly for. I pay $500 a month for Zoom. I think that's how much I pay, $500 a month for Zoom, okay? Well, if Zoom has 1 million people paying them $500 a month, that's $500 million a month. You might not get to $500 million a month, but if you got something that's $500 a month and you get 100 people paying you that, that's $50,000 a month. Are y'all tracking? This actually works, y'all, okay? Our continuity revenue in this business is about $240,000 a month before I get out of bed. Right? So do you think I ever worry about payroll? Nope. Do you think I ever worry about like taxes? Do you think I ever worry about paying the mortgage on this building? I don't worry about any of it. Why? Because these formulas, like this is not stuff that I read in a book and now I'm gonna come teach you what I read in the book. This is how I live my life. And I know you can live your life like this. And for those of you who think money's not that important or you don't care that much about money, whatever, like if you had however much you're going to work and trading 60 hours of your week for right now, 40 to 60 hours of your week for right now, if you could get all of that time back and go do all of the things that you are proclaiming are so important, then you'd probably be in a better space and you'd be able to help way more people than you can help right now. So if this made sense to you, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Even if you disagree with me, that's okay. But if you disagree, I'm going to warn you now. If you disagree, be respectful. That's number 1. I'm going to always respect you, respect me, respect the other people who are reading on this platform. If you use profanity, I'm going to delete your comment. I'm just telling you. I'm just keeping it real. You use profanity on a comment on my channel, I'm going to delete your comment. If you call me or someone else a name because you disagree with our philosophy, I might leave it up there. Depends on how ridiculous it is. If it's ridiculous enough, I might just leave it there and let everybody else comment on it. I won't even say anything, okay? Because we get some ridiculous stuff. But that's okay. But I invite you to disagree with me, but when you do, know why. Don't just disagree with me because you feel emotional about the fact that your church doesn't teach the same thing. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that ain't good enough. Or your college professor don't teach that. That is not my arena. This is not that, okay? So like, share, comment, all the rest of that, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video, all right? Peace out, Cub Scouts, and I'll see you all in the next video.